there is a word you can say to her that will echo in her mind long after you leave the room. A single nickname, spoken calmly, without need, without chasing, without trying to impress, that quietly places you in a psychological position most men never reach. It feels harmless. It sounds simple, but to her mind it is forbidden, because it does something no compliment, no flirting line, no gift, no attention ever does. It makes her feel seen at a level she did not expect you to notice. And when a woman feels seen without trying to be seen, she becomes emotionally restless, curious, drawn in, almost obsessed. Most men call women by names that every other man uses. Beautiful, babe, sweetheart. These words have been heard 1,000 times. They carry no weight. They reveal nothing about you. But there is a different kind of nickname, one that is not based on her looks, but on the way she moves through the world. One that feels personal, observant, and slightly mysterious. A nickname that suggests you notice something subtle about her personality that even her friends haven't articulated. And when you say it with calm, stoic confidence, without overusing it, without explaining it, she starts wondering how you saw that part of her. Imagine this. She laughs in a way she tries to hide. She pauses before speaking when she's thinking deeply. She pretends to be strong but softens when she feels safe. And one day, in a relaxed moment, you look at her gently and say, "You're dangerous, you know that?" Not with accusation, not with drama, but with a knowing half-smile. Now she is confused, curious, slightly disarmed. "Why?" she asks. And you don't rush to answer. You simply say, you hide your depth behind that calm face. Then you change the subject. That is the forbidden nickname trick. You give her an identity she didn't know you noticed. Women are magnetized by men who observe without chasing, because observation signals emotional intelligence, emotional control, awareness. These are rare traits. And from a Stoic perspective, the man who watches quietly understands more than the man who speaks loudly. When you give her a nickname based on a subtle truth about her, you are telling her, without saying it directly, "I see beyond your surface." And this is where obsession begins, not with attraction to your looks, but attraction to how you make her feel about herself. She begins replaying that moment in her mind. Why did he say that? What did he see? How does he understand me like that? And the more she thinks, the more emotional space you occupy. You did not text her all day. You did not chase. You did not compliment her beauty repeatedly. Yet she is thinking about you, because you touched her inner identity, not her appearance. The Stoics taught that power lies in restraint, in saying less, in letting silence work for you. This nickname trick only works if you do not over-explain it, if you do not repeat it too often, if you remain calm, grounded, emotionally unreactive. When she asks, "Why do you call me that?" you simply smile and say, "You'll figure it out." Then you return to what you were doing. Now she is left with a puzzle, and the human mind is addicted to solving puzzles. Here is what most men miss. Women do not become obsessed with the man who praises them. They become obsessed with the man who makes them curious about themselves. You might call her mystery. You might call her storm. You might call her professor. You might call her trouble. But the key is not the word. The key is the reason behind the word, a subtle observation about her character that feels accurate but unexpected. When she feels that accuracy, her emotional guard lowers, because she feels understood without having to explain herself. Picture a quiet evening. She's telling you a story, trying to act composed. You listen without interrupting. Then you softly say, "You pretend you're tougher than you are, don't you, warrior?" She laughs, but inside she feels exposed in the most intriguing way. No one has ever called her that. No one has noticed that. And you didn't say it to impress her. You said it like a calm fact. This is psychological gravity. You are not pulling her toward you. You are making her step toward you voluntarily. And here is the part that makes it truly powerful. You only use the nickname in emotionally neutral or slightly warm moments. Never during arguments. Never during tension. This keeps the nickname associated with safety, curiosity, and emotional comfort. Over time, whenever she hears it, she feels a subtle emotional shift, a quiet warmth, a familiarity that feels deeper than attraction. From a Stoic lens, this is mastery of presence. You are not trying to control her feelings. You are simply being perceptive. And perception is rare. Most people are too busy trying to be liked to truly observe. When you observe, you separate yourself from the crowd. She starts using the nickname in her own mind. She starts wondering what you see when you look at her. She starts wanting to be around you more, not because you entertain her, but because you make her feel understood without effort. And the beautiful part is this requires no manipulation, no tricks, no games, just awareness, calm delivery, and emotional restraint. Because the real forbidden element is not the nickname. It is the fact that you are calm enough to notice her deeply, without needing anything from her. When a woman senses that you are not trying to impress her, not trying to win her, not trying to rush her, she relaxes. And in that relaxation, attraction grows silently and powerfully. In the end, she is not obsessed with the word you chose. She is obsessed with how you made her feel seen, understood, and slightly mysterious to herself. And that is the Stoic way. Quiet influence, silent presence, emotional control. Speak less, observe more. Say the nickname once in a while with calm certainty. Then let silence do the rest. Because the man who understands the psychology of presence never needs to chase attention. Attention comes to him. And when you master this, you will notice something beautiful. She begins leaning in closer, asking more questions, holding eye contact longer, not because you demanded it, but because you awakened her curiosity about herself. And when a woman becomes curious about herself around you, she never forgets you. Remain calm, remain observant, remain grounded. That is how quiet men become unforgettable.